Alright gang, welcome back to VXM, Viola Extreme Machines. Let me show you what we're doing today. Alright, so basically we're going to be doing some maintenance on this thing. Going to go through the trailer. We've got new tires for the trailer. We're checking the wheel bearings, checking the brakes.
And new tires because we had a flat. Well, not flat, but it was
going
losing
low,
air.
and then we got this side tires.
They're starting to dry out.
They're probably 5 years old, so I'm not messing with them. We're getting ready to take a few trips down south, so we do our heavy maintenance right now because I don't want to get stuck on the road doing this stuff. So we got the brakes apart. When we take the next one off, I'll show you how to take them apart because they're. I don't know if you ever taken a trailer rim and tire and a brake drum off. There's a little clip that holds the nut on, so we'll show you how all that goes. All right, so basically what we're doing is we're going to maintenance everything. Then we're going to turn this around, take the car out, do some stuff on the car, change the tires on the car, put the W's back on it for one of the races that we're going to go down there and do. We're going to go to import versus domestic at Atco, and then we're going to leave after that and go down south. All right, so we'll show you what's going on.
All right, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. If you're not already subscribed, and hit the notification.
We're almost at that 1,000 mark. We just need a. I think we're at like.
Yeah, maybe 919 or 920.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So we need 1,000, and then we're going to do the giveaway, and we're going to just keep making the channel grow. We appreciate all you new subscribers getting on board with us and supporting the racing program that we got going on, and hopefully you're enjoying the videos. So. Stay tuned.
I'll look like a raccoon later.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we got the wheel off. Check this out before I go any further. See this? Looks like liquid. Alright, like that.
Yeah.
That's the grease broke down in there. Alright, so you can see it's all nasty. So we're going to clean that off. Alright. And then you're popping this off. Okay. You're going to clean this off, and you see this clip, it's like a brass clip. Okay, let me show you how it goes on. So it's got a slot, and then you need to pry it off the back of the nut like that. All right, and then it comes off. So see how it's got these little, and it wraps around the nut basically. So this slot goes in the slot, and it keeps it from turning. But you could see this is loose. So now,
when we had the tire on it, you could.
Yeah. So
tell.
The nut's loose. What you do is you tighten the nut up. I'll show you that when we're done. But that's how you get the clip off. That's the only thing holding the nut on. And then this comes off like this. Like that. Take the bearing out. This all turned liquidy, so we're gonna make sure we get good grease in there.
Repack the bearing.
That bearing started getting hot, so.
Probably just get another one.
All right, that's
or
where
repack it.
You gotta make sure these are packed good. Good. All right, so we're gonna put a little paper towel in here. Get the mask on.
Blow it all off. I just hooked up the thing to take the tire off. So.
Okay, so
Yeah,
get
blow
that.
them all
I'm gonna
off.
blow all this off. Scuff this down. There's a little ridge on the brake pads. This is the magnet. So what happens is this is solid. when you hit the brakes inside, it energizes this magnet. The magnet pulls up against the back of the drum, and it turns with the drum. So when the drum, right, the drum's going this way. When this pulls on it, what it does is it does that, and it spreads both of them out at the same time. Because when the drum is on, it spreads them both out. So we've got plenty of meat left. We're good to go. If you're going to change brakes, you just take these 5. There's 5 nuts off. This whole backing plate comes off. You just change the backing plate. Comes with everything.
Yep. The whole kit.
Pretty cheap too. So, all right. So that's how you get the clip off. And then I'm gonna go back in, put everything back, blow it all off, put it back together, grease it all up, and then I'll adjust them. As you can see, they're still loose.
Yeah.
And new tires, balance the tires and stuff. All right. So that's what we're doing right now. All right. So this is the spring clip. That's what it looks like. See, it's got a slot.
Mm-hmm.
And then how it wraps around.
Yeah.
It wraps around the nut. So make sure it's clean.
Just put it all back together. Put the bearing in. Make sure the nut goes on right. Got the pliers.
Alright, so you basically want to get all the play out of it, right? And then this slot and that slot lines up, and it just like that. That goes in that slot right there, and it just snaps back into place.
There it is.
Like that. So you just gotta make sure it sits flat. Like that. And that's it, and it wraps around the back of that nut. Okay. That's it.
Does the other trailer have those?
Same thing. It's the same company, same trailer. That's why I bought this one, because I knew the other trailer was good.
No, I meant the
exact same thing. It's the exact same setup. The only thing is that trailer, this is an 05, that's an 03, or 2. And
but
then
they give you a little, grease fitting, and
you
pack it.
Yeah. Then what you do is, this has, if you ever want to take it off, right, you open this up.
Yeah.
Right, it's a rubber.
Yeah.
And then the cap on the wheel also has it. Then you pop that off, you hit it with the gun, and then just
grease it right up.
Just grease it up. Well, we gotta go get a new tube. Get another tube.
New grease.
We got a grease man. Alright. And you just keep pumping it. If you look closely, it'll start coming out. This one was really...
This one had like nothing left in it, so...
The nice part about this is you can always do this on the road every once in a while if you need to. I see it starting to... You see it?
Yeah.
See it? Watch.
Yep, alright.
So make it come out enough. Like that. And she's packed. Alright, that's it. Put the cap back on, you're done.
Okay. I'm gonna finish putting this down.
Alright, so we're doing a quick tire change in here. We're getting ready to go to the import versus domestic at Atco next weekend. So we're gonna put the Mickey Thompsons back on it. 10.5s, 28 by 10.5s. Those are more for a prepped track, right? And these Hoosiers that are on here, we got these for a no prep track. So before we kill them, we're gonna take them off and just use them for that. So we're gonna take these off, all right? What else we're doing? That's it. Right now in here we're doing that, and then we'll get it back in the other shop and do all the maintenance stuff and get a couple of things straightened out, and got a couple of things we gotta fix that broke.
Yeah.
And do what were you saying? Put what on?
We'll put the other pan on it.
Oh yeah, we gotta change the pan back over, change some Zeus fasteners over.
And then we gotta
And we gotta make a couple of notches like he's talking about, so we could put the projects under the rear.
All right. We can run the car.
Yep. All right. So we got the wheels off. You know the deal. We gotta take the air out of them to get them past the wheel well. We're gonna go back over all this stuff in here, make sure everything's all nice and tight. All right, get everything done with this. Alright, so we got the wheels mounted. That one done. I showed you how I did that one again. It's pretty simple. You just gotta take your time. Make sure it's in straight. Make sure that the tube is not crisscrossed or nothing. You gotta, that's why I blew it up a little bit, just to make sure the valve is facing the right way. And you put some baby stuff on it, some body powder on it. I just use whatever, and keeps it from sticking to the inside. Alright, this one's already on. We balanced this one. I'm going to balance this one and put it back on. Get this thing back buttoned up together. Go over all the nuts and bolts under here while it's up here. And then we're going to stick it in the other shop on the other lift. Take the pan down the bottom. Go through all that stuff. Check the front end. Service it again. Put a fresh set of plugs in it and get it ready. Alright. Pump it up a little bit, get it to seat back into, so the tube straightens itself out in there. And then you're always going to hear some air coming out between the valve and the rim, whatever is the air that gets trapped between the tube and the actual tire, the outside of the tube and the inside of the tire. So that's got to go somewhere, so it comes out this valve hole. Now you can hear it hissing away. Alright. Oh, I'm going to mount this back on there. That's that. We're gonna mount it on the car. All right. So we got the wheels back on. Got all that buttoned back up. QA1 mod shocks. All right. So now what we're gonna do now is, while it's on this lift, I'm gonna drain the rear and just service the rear. That hasn't been done in a while. So you take the plug out of there, drain plug out of here, and you fill it from back here. So this comes off. S&W fab rear end. All right, and then drain this out. Let that drain out. Nice and clean. Nothing on the magnet. That's a good deal. Okay, so we're gonna let that drain. It's gonna take a while, and then we'll refill it all up. Okay, all done. Cleaned everything up. Put the plug back in it. Nothing on the magnets. So it's got a magnet on the plug and a magnet on the drain plug, but everything's good. All right. So we filled it back up. Took 3.5 quarts of gear oil. That's all she wrote. We'll let it down. Go put it in the other shop. So got the pan down, the belly pan down, we got the diaper folded back, the filter off, got the oil draining out of everything. Looks nice and clean. That's the way I like it, clean. Don't wait till it gets dirty. What good is it? All right, so that's that. We're gonna pull the cover off the clutch, check the clearance on the pressure plate and the disc. Make sure it's back within spec, and we're going to take the filter, the screen out of the filter. We're going to take the screen out of the fuel filter. We're going to go through everything. I already started in the back and started checking all the nuts and bolts. So everything from the rear up until here, everything's all nice and tight. All these bars, wishbone, all that's all done. Thinking of taking the, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna take the wishbone down, just clean this bar. This thing right here, gotta make sure this is always clean and lubricated. That's how the rear will slide up and down. If that binds, that throws everything off. You'll be chasing your tail, you won't know why it's going on, what's going on. I'm gonna do that. I gotta put the anti-roll bar back on and readjust that with me sitting in it. And that's that. All right. So we're gonna let that thing drain out. I'm gonna let it down and start changing the filters out. All right, so what we're doing now, we just finished changing the filter, changing the screen. We cleaned the screen out, and we just drained all the fuel out of the tank. We're gonna change the, well, not change it, but you take the screen out of here. It's got a stainless steel screen in there. So we're gonna take that out and change that also, clean it all up. We're gonna give it a once over. Then we're gonna go to like 3 different races in the next 3 weeks. Get it ready.
So, this screws off, this comes apart.
And there's the filter.
We should show, it was nasty when we...
It's actually clean.
No, the fuel that was in it before.
Because it was just sitting there.
Close it out with brake
Some brake cleaner and blow it out. Go blow it out. So we got all that back together. Got the fuel filter back on it. Cleaned up the oil filter screen, changed the oil filter. It's advanced, right?
Put some oil in it now.
Get oil. VR1, thank you Advanced Auto Parts. And Joe over there at Advanced, appreciate you, buddy. And we gotta put that in there.
I gotta...
You grab that funnel, we can start putting the tranny fluid in it too, alright?
Yeah, I gotta take the... I gotta take the plug out and everything, alright.
Cut the wire.
Okay.
So, basically all you're doing is, I don't know if you guys can see that.
I could turn the light on
There's
first.
a plug in there. Alright, you take the plug out, make sure there's nothing on the plug, nice and clean.
No, well, there's a little bit.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Normal.
Nothing. Okay, use one of these 2 funnels, see which one fits better.
Give me the
And
other.
then fill it up.
Give me that one.
Probably just a little one. Alright, so he's gonna do that. I got the oil in it. And the only thing left to do is go through the valves and then check all the nuts and bolts. And I need you to go in here and check all these nuts and bolts too, right? On the tranny, on the steering column, and on the seat. Alright, bud? Okay?
Yep.
Alright. Another thing, real quick, we're draining the puke tank. And then we gotta fix this, it's just cracked. We gotta fix that. And I'm draining the Pro Charger. I'm gonna service the Pro Charger and the gear drive. Both gotta get serviced. So we do those like every other time or so. This is the time we're doing it. All right? So the Pro Charger, you drain it. There's a drain on the bottom. You pull this plug out right here. It's got a little dipstick in it, but it takes like 8 ounces of fluid. I'm gonna do that too. All right, so I don't know if you guys ever seen these. These pumps are awesome. You get them in Harbor Freight. Little battery operated thing.
Don't make it fill up all the way.
Yeah. So putting the fuel back in it. Josh was opening up the gear drive. Got that draining.
1/4 inch at a
Yeah,
time.
it sucks. I can't believe they couldn't figure out a better way to that, but.
Well, if you had a wrench on it, like a...
What's up, Mama?
We're gonna go in the house. It's cold.
It's freezing out here, I know.
Can't wait to go to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 more weeks. We'll be in the
So
heat.
listen.
But,
It's
all right, so we got this thing apart. Re-welded it on. Now we're gonna put it back on. This is, we didn't have enough of a weld on there, I guess. It broke off. So we're gonna put it back on here. Put fuel back in it. Everything else is pretty much buttoned up. I got that little vent line supply now, and I'm gonna run that right into this right here. All right. Got that all nice back together. Got some new clean socks on her. Run the vent line in there. And we'll see if that cures this dumb leak we got. Because I'm thinking that little vent that used to be there would push oil and then it would just drip and make a mess. And it would go right down into the pan, like right into the oil pan, which that's where it's supposed to go. But then I got to clean this mess up all the time. So I'd rather have no leak, no dripping at all. All right, so that's done. I just took the valve cover off of this. I'm just gonna run through the valves real quick, make sure everything's cool with that. Oil is already done. And pretty much that's it. I'm gonna do that and run it through. basically just tightening everything. Anything we can see or get to or reach, anything like that. Tighten everything up. This one right here. Alright, so that's what we're going to be doing. Just tightening everything up.
Alright, well that's it for this video. It's all done, back together, back in the trailer. Everything's loaded up. We just finished servicing the camper, the motorhome, and oil and tranny and rear and all that good stuff. So right now it is Wednesday night. We're all done. Now it's supposed to rain Friday. Hopefully it won't. But we'll be at Atco Raceway in New Jersey on Saturday for the import versus domestic race. And hopefully we'll see you there. We got t-shirts, hats, hoodies. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. And we'll talk to you soon. More videos of the World Cup. I'll put another one out tomorrow. We probably got 3 or 4 more of those. All right, a lot of racing. I mean, they did a lot of racing. So we'll put more of those out. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll see you at the track.